Hi everyone, my name is Sue Miller and I am here to get a little cooking class here. I have, and I'm an Epicure sales consultant. I've been a consultant for all of 2 weeks. Fell in love with the products and just had to buy myself a business kit. And I thought, why not give this a try? But I'm here to talk to you about one of our great items well, a couple of great items actually. And one of them is this raw to ready cookbook. And you're going to think to yourself, why do I need a cookbook? This is pretty great because, one, as thin as this cookbook is, this has more than 30 meals from breakfast to dessert in it. And it kind of reads like old math problems where it's like A plus B plus C equals dinner. And recipes in here are not set in stone. You can sub things out. So if something has a meat and you don't want meat, substitute beans, substitute tofu, substitute seitan, or now one of those great plant-based meal products that you can find in the supermarket. There's so many options. And if you're missing a spice, you can use a different spice and it'll just change the flavor pattern. So I'm going to be cooking from the chili page. And total time to make this is going to be 15 minutes, which is pretty amazing. And it's 4 servings. And for me, this isn't going to be dinner. This is actually me meal prepping my lunches for the week because at 4, 10 and a half, though this is 4 servings for me, it's actually going to be more than 5. And I'm boring that way. I'll just eat the same thing every day. So I am going to be sort of making the beef and chipotle chili. And I'll put pictures and links to the products I am using. But your basic recipe is using our multi-purpose steamer, our cha-cha chili, and it would call for the chipotle aioli mix, which I don't have. So instead, I'm going to use the fajita seasoning. Seems like a logical substitute. Let's see where we go from here. So in your multi-purpose steamer, combine your seasoning and your protein. So your protein in here is supposed to be about a half a pound of meat. I went to my freezer. I'm also using this as a freezer clean out opportunity. And my ground beef is actually some frozen hamburgers I had. And I am going to put in the seasoning that they mean is our cha-cha chili. Do that. Okay. And combine seasoning and protein. So, you know what? I'm going to use something else. Pardon me for stepping away. Back on screen. Here. Should give this a little bit more of a mix. Probably not going to do a whole lot because it's not cooked and it's difficult to mix up that way. But, okay. And if you have our multi-purpose steamer, if you don't already know about this, it has some little vents. The vents go away from the handles. So these are your handles. The vents need to go away. And you're going to put this in your microwave for 3 to 5 minutes. That's actually now almost done. So 4 minutes on that. The next thing we're going to need, whoops, I forgot the beans. Still easy. You know the amazing thing about this multi-purpose pot, it can also go in the oven up to like 450 degrees. So it's not just something you're going to be using in your microwave. It's also dishwasher safe, top and bottom rack, because hey, if it's safe inside your oven at 450, it can certainly withstand the bottom rack of your dishwasher. Pour out this liquid. Rinse. And action. All right, now we're going. So that's all my protein. Something else we have that's very helpful around the kitchen are our prep bowls. These are really cute, and I didn't think I'd like these as much as I do. But I mean, they have these great little lids. if you're into portion control, if you want to prep your cooking for the week or the day and you want to chop up your veggies ahead of time, you can do that. The other great thing is they actually have markings on them. So you've got quarter cup, half cup, 3/4 of a cup, full is a whole cup. If you're into portion control and you want to mind yourself or the kiddos and you want to set out some Cheerios or some fruit, you're just going to divvy them up for them, and this is all you're getting, and you just have them set aside. Also really nice for pudding. Wink, wink. So we've got those set up over there. While that's cooking, what made me get on board with this opportunity? Honestly, I'd never heard of Epicure. It's only been in the US for a year. What the heck? What is it? Went to a party, started looking around, and I was stunned because everything is gluten-free. I was trying to do that anyway. And then I started looking at the ingredients on the products, and there's nothing scary or not pronounceable in them. It's just dried spices, herbs, sometimes some salt because we use so little salt or no salt in most of our products. But that's it. Chili powder, garlic, tomato, garlic, another garlic, spices, ancho chilies. I mean, you're not going to get any better than that, short of something you're going to grow and pull out of your own garden. So it's really, if you're trying to cook healthier, besides quicker, I mean, everybody eats, right? But not everybody eats right. And with Epicure, you're going to get that time back, and you're going to get good food to put in, which is just going to keep you going. And we all need that these days. We really need to be mindful of what we're putting in our bodies. These days, with everything that's going on, let's all try and do what we can to stay healthy and strong. So about a minute and a half left on the meat. After that, I'll add, take the lids off my tomatoes. Oh, a little funny story about the cookbook. As I was going through it and I was reading, is it this recipe? Yeah, it's the middle recipe for the cocoa bean chili, which is kind of interesting because then it's kind of like a mole because it adds some chocolatey stuff to it. It called for a can of lentils. Knowing that Epicure was actually a Canadian company first helps with that because I've never seen canned lentils. Have you? I've only ever seen dried lentils in a bag. So you might bump into the odd, all the ingredients you can find. It's just like you might find them just prepared a little differently, or the measurements on the cans are a little different. They do have them in metric and imperial, so there's no problem there. But 1 can of kidney beans, for them, they're calling it 19 ounces. I don't think I've seen 19-ounce cans here. They're like 15-ounce cans and then 32-ounce cans. But again, that's just us. I don't like to use the term us versus them, but that's probably pretty accurate. Okay, another couple of seconds on that, and then that'll be done / ready. And then on to step 2. 3, 2, beep. Okay. So even though that pot is silicone, you're gonna want oven mitts because it can get the handles can get hot. I've also, my microwave is a little high and it sometimes collapses. The pot will, because it's soft, will squish, and I need to have my hands under it. Okay. Oh, that already smells good. Okay, so open my lid away from me. Set that down. And then your next step is you're going to add your liquid, your veggies, and your booster. So your liquid, this calls for a half cup of water. And I wanted 1 28-ounce can of unsalted diced tomatoes. Boring. I've got your chopped tomatoes with green chilies. That's what I want in chili. Just spice that up just a little bit. And then 1 chopped red bell pepper, which I did not have. So in my prep bowls, I have diced up an orange pepper. Because let's be honest, you could use a red one, a green one, orange one, a yellow one. You could not use that at all. You could replace it with some other vegetable that you might like. Maybe you wanted to put cabbage in it for some reason because that's what you had. Carrots. Whatever you want to do. All right. Do that. Add the liquid and the veggies. Mix well. Okay, I think I'm going to kind of need to get in here with the burgers and break them up. Swish and twist. This does smell nice though. Okay, once I get this mixed, then I'm going to add my booster, which again is my fajita seasoning. Usually, I think on a stovetop, chili is going to need to simmer at least, an hour or more? Chili is one of those things a lot of people like to cook in a slow cooker, and you can certainly cook in a slow cooker with our stuff if you want to. All right, then it calls for a teaspoon of the fajita seasoning. Well, a teaspoon of your booster, which I'm using the fajita seasoning. This is our 4-in-1 measuring spoon. I'm actually going to go a little heavy with the seasoning because I'm using more meat than it originally called for. Okay, mix it up a little more. Oh yeah, that smells good. I'm going to be honest, I need a newer / better one of these tools, and I'm pretty sure that Epicure has one of these as well. This has got to be one of the best things, really, just for mashing up meat for tacos, your ground beef, even if you wanted to mash up like pulled pork and things and just get that all mixed and mashed. It's great on a stovetop in a non-stick pan because it won't scratch anything. Alrighty. And then lid goes back on, and then this goes back in the microwave for another 5 minutes. Okay. My grandmother raised me to kind of clean as I go along, so excuse me a little. That's just how I was brought up. So while that's in for its last 5 minutes, I wanted to pose a little quiz. Please, while I'm talking, I am not actually live. This is pre-recorded, but I'm actually on, and if you're asking any questions, you'll see me answering underneath because I will be live watching the video along with you. So you're not just floating alone in the wilderness. So if you're asking any questions and you don't see me stop, that's why I do this. So that way I can pay attention to the questions you're asking and not suddenly get distracted. Though the cool thing is because I'm cooking in a microwave, it's not like something's going to burn on the stove, which is pretty awesome. I am really digging what I've gotten from Epicure so far. That multi-purpose steamer has come in so handy. It's been nice just to make rice. I couldn't believe I made pasta in 7 minutes. Didn't have to stir it. It didn't stick. And it came out perfect. And to be able to make mac and cheese like that and then just create the sauce, throw the sauce in the multi-purpose steamer with it, stir it up, and boom, you're done. That mind-boggling to me. And I'm an Instant Pot person, and I was still pretty amazed by this. And you're going to ask, well, if you have an Instant Pot, why would you want this? Sometimes I need to be doing 2 things at once. I actually even have, I don't even have my Instant Pot anymore. I have what's called a Ninja Foodie, but it's the same thing. If I'm cooking something in my foodie and I want a side dish, I have the ability now to do all of that here as well. And I'm still going to be using these products, or I can use this in my Ninja Foodie as well. There's just other things I can be doing with it, and this fits so well in the lifestyle that I've already created and the one that I'm still trying to grow, because I want us to be healthy. I want us to eat better and live better. And this is just dovetailed in and fell into my life at just the right time. And I really hope it's going to be that for you. So we're about halfway done with the last cooking cycle. And right now you should please post some questions for me. Make sure you say hi, because after this, we're going to count people who have responded, and we're going to have a giveaway. And I'll be giving away something. It's kind of a secret, so we won't, and somebody will get announced tomorrow, but that's a chance to win. But I'm now going to be offering you a chance to win a second entry. So it's not the number of times that you do this, but for your first time you ask a question or you just respond in this video, you get an entry. If you answer this question, you're going to get a second entry for a chance to win this item from me. And what I want you to do is you're going to need to go, possibly, you may already know, to the website for Epicure, and I want you to look up the prep bowls, and I want you to tell me how many of these do you get in the set. So just respond below with, answer the question is blah, and you will get a second entry. So I just thought that would be a neat little thing to do for you. And I also want you to go and visit the site and look around naturally. But what am I using here today? You've seen me, even these scissors that I'm using are from Epicure, because who can't use another set of kitchen shears? I love my 4-in-1 measuring spoon. It's like, oh, it's another measuring spoon. I was like, yeah, but I've got those spoons on that little ring, and the ring separates, it gets caught. They always seem to get lost in the drawer. This is just really nice to be able to use, and they actually all fit perfectly inside our spice jars, which I thought was kind of neat. They just fit that way. Sometimes you go to use the tablespoon measurer on those other ones, and you can't get them into the jar. The way they've done these, they all just fit perfectly, which I thought was really smart on their part. So 30 seconds to go on that. What else can I tell you about me? I live in Illinois. It's cold. If you wonder about my accent, I am originally from New York. I grew up in the Bronx. So yeah, I have some unpronounceables, so I will apologize if it sounds like I'm slurring. It's just a Bronx girl thing. And there's really not a whole lot. Honestly, I know so many moms that are looking for a way to save time. I wish I could say that I had your excuse. I don't. It's just my husband and I, and yet I don't manage to find the time to do things. I also am looking for ways to save time with cooking dinner. Uh-oh. Oh, yes. I forgot these oven mitts, and I really need them now. This is definitely hotter this next time around. Here we go. Okay, open it. Oh my goodness. That looks delicious. And it smells amazing. I hope. Can we see that? This huge thing of chili. This is going to last me for days. But that's it. If you want, serve it with rice, serve it with cornbread, serve it on top of some shredded cabbage if you'd rather, if you want to go all totally gluten-free and as low carb as you can. Yeah, definitely shredded cabbage would be great. Zoodles, if you're the type of person to do that, or just have it in a bowl by itself. It's awesome. It's going to fill you up and keep you warm. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed doing this as much as I have, and stick around. I'm going to post some more info. I'm going to post links after this and pictures for all the products that I used here today. And you all have a great day.